Alright, I'm going to work on a little overhead valve here again today. I'm just going to do a little bit of machining and stuff. Nothing technical stuff. I'm just going to round the head off of that. I probably won't even use a cutter. I might just use a file while it's in the lathe. But let me get some of this stuff off of here. Yeah, so all I'm going to do is just round that head off of there. But after I do that, I might take these flywheels off. I don't know if you guys remember, but these flywheels were slightly different, but they're close enough that they'll look okay. Because you're probably never gonna see both sides at once. You know, it's like a car. You know, you can put two different sets of hubcaps on them, and nobody will ever know the difference. But they will be slightly different. But what I have to do is take these ribs out of here on this one. I was gonna just hit them with a grinder, but I think I might put that in the mill and cut them down, because it'll cut nice. And Mike already cut these down as far as the width goes. You know, so they're both the same width now. One of them was wider than the other, and I think he bored this. I think that might be a 5/8. So yeah, this is the reason we put a halt on this. You know, because we didn't have time in the summer. You know, with the shows and stuff. You know, we always had something going on. You know, to do all this machining. You know, but now with the winter, we got a lax in the show circuit, so we can do this kind of stuff. And even this, you know, we're gonna have to remanufacture this crankshaft. Got a clad weld to one end, you know, because I think that's 1/2 inch, and we got to make that 5/8. Same with the other end here. Got a clad weld. That looks like crap now, because it already has a little weld on there. But you know, all this machining takes a lot of time, especially with the little. You know, you got to remember, we only got a little baby mill. You know, a 6" by 18, or at the lathe 6 by 18, and then the mill over here. This is only a little baby, so you know, you can't do the kind of work you expect. You know, you say, oh, just put it in the mill, put it in the lathe, and it's done. You know, with the little stuff, it takes hours. So for now, let's try and get this off. There we go. Mike had that little press fit in there, and just give that top a little bit of round, a little shape, not much, just enough so it doesn't look square. Alright, maybe we'll see you over the lathe. Alright, watch your sleeves. I'm only going to take a little bit off, not much. Pretty aggressive, this file. This must be brand new. I tried this one here. This one here is kind of wore out. See what that looks like. Alright, yeah, that's not bad at all. You know, that's all we want. We just want it so it doesn't look like it's a piece of cut off stock. Alright, that brings us back over to the machine. Alright, yeah, just putting a little bit of a radius on there just gives it that little bit of a finished look. And don't forget, this isn't going to be here, this thumb screw. That's just there for fabrication. There's actually going to be a set screw in there. Probably level off with the top. See if we can get a brass one. I doubt it, but we'll see what we can do. Alright, now I just want to mark these, and I want to cut it pretty much the end of the spring there. And then this one here isn't too critical because I want to cut that long, and then we'll bring that back where we want. So for now I'm just going to cut it right there. Alright, let me cut it. That's why I cut a little large all the time, because that's only a bandsaw. I'm looking at you upside down and backwards, so it's tough to figure out where you guys are at. There you are. Yeah, so now that's perfect. Now I got the other side. Yeah, you cut with a bandsaw, you're getting a close measurement. You sand it down with this, and even this isn't really precise, but it's a lot better than it was. Alright, yeah, we're all set up in the mill here, tied down and everything, and I made a couple passes. I think that's a 3/8. The only reason I'm using that is because that's what was in the machine, and I just want to see if it was going to cut, and it seems to be working pretty good. But I think I might change over to I got a 3/4 bit, and that may speed things up a little bit. But it seems to be working. I'm just going to get most of it off, and then clean it up with a grindstone, a grinder. Alright, yeah, that was cutting pretty good. I'm happy with that. I sped it up at the end there to see how well it was cutting. So, alright, I'm going to change this, put a 3/4 in there, and I'm going to continue on. So that's what I mean. It takes a lot of time with these little mills. You know, I got 3 on this side to cut, then turn it over and strap it in again, and then 3 more. So. Yeah, I mean, this mill machine does the job, but you know, it takes its time. Alright, let me continue on, and then I'll get back once I finish up a little bit more. Alright, I put a 3/4 bit in there, and it's cutting a lot better, so it should speed things up a lot more. Okay. Yeah, I got a little bevel down here. You guys can't see it from your angle, but little bevel down here, and I'll get that with the grinder. But that's about as far as I want to go with that cutting bit there. And like I said, I'll clean the rest up with a little grinding wheel. All right. Alright, I got the one side done. I'm happy with that. That'll clean up nice. I was just looking at these side by side, and this one here's got a little bit of flare. Actually, I could take that flare out on the mill, but we're not going to get goofy with this. You know, they're looking pretty close, so we're going to leave it at that. Now I just got to take the ribs off this side and clean this up, you know, the corners, and we're one step closer. Alright, I'm not going to show you guys the other side because you already seen the one side, right? Alright, I just finished up this other side here and cleaned up a bit. Let's bring it over here to the table. And yeah, both sides. This side came out real good. You know, once you get into the groove and everything, it speeds things up because you know where to adjust and how many turns to take on each thing. And then when you unbolt it, you know, you put your stuff in a certain place, and you know. So this side probably took me maybe an hour, and the first side maybe an hour and a half. But you know, it's the nature of the beast. You know, it's a little baby mill, but it's definitely a good mill. So I guess the next step here is I'll just get a Dremel and a little sanding wheel and grinders, and I'll clean this up here and make it all look good. But yeah, we got a lot done. I'm surprised. I mean, there's still a lot of work that has to be done to this. You know, we got the intake, and then we got to drill adjusters here, and still put a ball bearing in the bottom of this, and so we're not even close to getting this thing running. Plus, like I say, the crankshaft, I guess that's what we'll do next. The crankshaft, I'll clad weld that and bring both sides up to 5/8. But anyway, this little mill here, anytime I do work on this, everybody keeps asking, you know, what is it, you know, and who makes it and stuff like that. It was actually sold by Harbor Freight. But one thing about this is made by a company named Sieg or Seg or something. But anyway, it's like one of the best companies out there for mills. So the thing is very precise, and it does have plastic gears in here, and you can break them if you want. You know, I've done it. You know, if you want to try and overwork this thing and make it do something that's not meant to do, you can definitely do that. But the parts are cheap. You know, I broke a gear in there, and it was a $5 gear. You know, I think the shipping cost more. You know, it was maybe $6 shipping, but it was only $5 gear. But anyway, it's good. You know, and it's got a lot of safety features on it. And here's a range. I don't know if you can read that because I can't. It's got a high and low speed here, and it goes from 100 to 200 RPM, or 100 to 2000 RPM on the high range, and then 100 to 1000 RPM on the low range. But you just turn it on, you put it in gear, and then you just turn this knob here, and that's your speed control. You know, you make it go. It's on low right now, so I guess that's 1000 RPM. And then when you do, you know what's good about this? It has the safety feature. You know, you turn it off. It also has a reverse, so you can go in reverse. But now if you turn it on, it won't go. You know, and you'll think it's broke, but that's a safety feature. You actually have to turn it off and then start over again. But that's good. It goes up and down, and also has a drill. Here's the drill attachment there, and it'll go up and down. So it'll be a real precise drill. But it's definitely a nice little machine. I'd recommend it for anybody who wants one, and it did a lot. I mean, we built all these other engines with it. You know, we actually milled all the blocks on it, and same with the hit and miss over there. I mean, we used it, and it works. You know, so for somebody that don't have the room or don't want to get a whole big mill or something like that, or can just afford something like this, I was lucky. Some guy contacted me, and he traded me. He wanted a Maytag engine, and asked me if I wanted to trade him for a Maytag for this mill. So it worked out for both of us. He's happy with the mill, or he's happy with the Maytag, and I'm happy with the mill. So that was good. So that's where we're at. Look, I almost left it on. Look, see the little green light? I'll turn it off. Alright, so that's where we're at. Oh yeah, another thing here. I think the highest you can go up to on this is 3/4 mil, and that's what I have in there right now. 3/4 tooling. But pretty good little machine. So, alright, I think we're gonna call this one done for now, and then tomorrow we'll see what else we can do. Alright, enough of this.